Hi, all you beautiful people, or all you ladies 50 and over. Having a beautiful day, I hope. Yes, I'm wearing glasses in this video because, and look at that, I've got notes. I've got some notes today. If you were lucky enough to watch some of my other videos on the channel, you may or may not recall that I don't always remember what I'm going to say when I start looking on here, and I mentioned I might come on and get professional with some notes. So this video is about incidental movement. So I'm sure you all know what incidental movement is. Another word for that is unplanned movement. And even if you currently, as I do, maybe you do or don't, it's not right or wrong. If you already have regular daily movement, fantastic. This little list I've collated for incidental movement is still useful and relevant to everybody. So I'm just going to go through a couple of them that I came up with. So I really love at a lot of office places now. I actually used to do lifestyle health work in corporate business. And a lot of them now, which I'm talking, that was a good 14 years ago. So maybe not 14 years ago, but definitely more in recent years. Stand-up desk, because I've always been a big advocate for a stand-up desk. So you don't have to have anything fancy, but a desk that has ideally got ergonomic setup for yourself, where then you can stand and do your computer work. That is an amazing tool because you're standing, so your energy output is higher than if you're sitting. So as we're probably all aware, there's a lot more hours that are spent sitting in the chair these days. So that's one way. Another way in a workplace is, if this is possible, active meetings. So an active meeting can be challenging because likely you're talking on the phone in this example. So there's many examples. I don't work with you, so I don't know exactly what a meeting would look like. I'm just using the example of a phone meeting. So you're on the phone, but you could be walking around in that meeting on the phone if possible. That was just two workplace ideas. Another idea I like is if I'm turned on the kettle. So while the kettle's boiling, I could do a few squats. That's going to benefit me. So to remind us, this is incidental movement. So I didn't plan it. I'm waiting for the kettle. So while I'm waiting, why not do a few squats? Another idea is taking a stairwell. So I park somewhere rather than use, if there's a lift, if I can ably do this, of course. Take the stairs. Park my car further away from where the destination is. So then I can walk further. So you see where it's going? I love incidental movement. So maybe you're out doing your grocery shopping and this is again just ideas for you to think about, because you kind of do have to think about it. Or go you if you're listening and you realise you do this anyway. That's awesome. So maybe I'm at the supermarket. I'm not exactly a tall person. I do actually have long arms. So regardless if I have long arms or I'm not that tall, how about challenge yourself to reach higher, to a higher shelf, not just at eye level shelf. That's another way to stretch the body, but again, it's still movement, energy expenditure. Another one at the supermarket, the opposite of going up as reaching higher, could be to squat down to a lower shelf. So you're going to squat down. Again, another reminder, I'm very much about functional movement and longevity. Dancing. Who does not love a few good tunes? Come on. So put on the tunes if you're doing your house cleaning and vacuuming, etc., is also an amazing movement tool, because a lot now, no judgment, I love all the gadgets as well. A lot of people may just be using their RoboVacs. So maybe if you are, that's awesome, but keeping in mind that if you do have a vacuum cleaner or a broom, manual keeps everything literally moving. What else did I have here? So back to the groceries. If maybe when you bring your groceries home, rather than what I can do, as I was writing this, I realised a lot of the time I, why not try and carry the whole one bag because it's heavy. So maybe if that's the case, split it into 2 bags. Even just making a mindful effort of when you're moving with the 2 bags, with the weight, before you put them away, could be worth getting those bags and doing a couple of bicep curls. These are all just ideas to think about. If you do it, that's amazing. If you don't, amazing. Gardening. I personally, at this point in my life, am not a gardener, but that gets you outside. So people who are gardening, this is what I love about, again, incidental movement. Just a story, I've got many. I remember meeting someone who, in a workplace health check, and I asked, as we did, we asked people what, and actually originally I used to ask, so what exercise do you do daily? Do you do daily exercise? I started to get a lot of people instantly respond with, oh, I don't like the gym, I don't go to the gym. So it took a little bit of time and being aware that I actually then realised it was my opinion was, it became the word exercise. And I understood it after I realised I changed it to do, what movement do you do? And I was getting answers. So for example, when someone was sharing back with me actually, that they didn't believe they exercise. So then I went a bit deeper and I asked that particular person, well, what work do you do? And the person actually was a hotel cleaner. So they cleaned the rooms, made the beds. Well, yeah, you do. You do a lot of movement exercise. Imagine doing that kind of work. It is constant. Every shift they're on, they're expending a lot of energy because of just the fact that they're not even going to be aware that that's exercise. Or, like I say, I prefer movement. So that was just another example of not being aware of what movement you do. Maybe that could be for you that your work is very active and manual. That's amazing. So sometimes in that situation, if you're not doing as much movement on the days after your shifts, it really wouldn't matter in the long term, because your work is, you're just able to do very active work. Just threw that in. And maybe you're also a person who loves washing the car. Another example of incidental activity. So thanks for listening if you are. I just really wanted to share that with you all. And maybe if that just brings a bit of a, maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. Take what resonates, take it or leave it. Like I say, I'm not telling you what to do. I just love empowering people and inspiring people to, if maybe you're not actually being able to be very active, maybe something in that list there you could start with. Literally just the stand-up desk, if that's what you spend a lot of time in your work having to sit down, or the ideas around boiling the kettle. If you don't want to do squats, awesome, you do something else. You could do bench push-ups. So against your kitchen bench, you could do a body push-up against that. So yeah, hope you're listening and I hope you're enjoying something out of it, getting something. I'll catch you again soon. Bye.